Life. Life doesn't happen in one place. It happens everywhere. That's why we move. Going places we've never been. Going back to where we belong. Chasing life. No matter what your heart beats for, our heart beats for taking you there. Today, as it has for 150 years. 150 years of shaping mobility, fulfilling dreams, thinking ahead. Remember? We remember every moment. No matter what your heart beats for, our heart beats for protecting lives. For getting you there safely. For cleaner air. With our technologies. For the next generation. So they can go wherever their hearts take them.
Welcome to our talk, and thank you for your interest in Continental and what we have to say in the end. The two of us, it's first Ines.
Yes, so I'm Ines. I was born and I'm living in Braga, Portugal. I studied here in the University of Minho, but in Guimarães, Po. I studied integrated master's degree in telecommunication and engineering. And I also did 6 months in Erasmus in Politecnico di Milano in Italy. So I started my career 5 years ago as a software developer in Multicert. And 2 years ago, I joined Continental as a backend developer, and I joined the Continental Solution Center in Lousado.
My name is Lars Frusche, and I guess I'm the reason why we have this talk in English, because I'm not able to speak Portuguese, unfortunately. I was born in Hanover, close in Germany, in many years ago. Currently, I'm living in Portugal, in Matosinhos, with my family. I'm on an international assignment here in Portugal. From my background, I studied first teaching, and when I look at you, you all look very focused on your studies. I was totally the difference. So I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do after school. And then I chose to study what I knew best, which was teaching, because I didn't know better. After 4 years, I had to talk to my parents and say, I wasted 4 years of my life, I need to do something else. And luckily I still have very great parents, so they accepted, and I changed to IT. This was in 1999, so I don't know, probably you don't remember, but this was the first bubble in IT, 1999, where we had this IT bubble and everybody was talking about IT. So I was very motivated. I switched completely, studied IT, eventually went to Australia to do my master's in IT. So I mentioned that I have great parents who somehow supported this whole thing. And later I did another master's next to my work because I got more and more interested in the business side of the world. So in the beginning I was very motivated by the technical side, but over the years I got more interested in the business side. My career, I started as a software developer, so I studied software engineering, and immediately I was motivated to actually work as a software developer. I did that 10 years, and to be honest, I had not a single day in my career in these first 10 years where I was bored by the technical stuff. I enjoyed that a lot. Nonetheless, I thought there must be something else. So the first company I was working in was a very small company. So I was looking for something where I could grow and where I could also have an international career, because also this side, I enjoyed my studies in Australia a lot. So I wanted to do that again. And when I looked for something, I found Continental, which is close to where I live in Germany. And in Continental, I worked for 6 years as an IT consultant and application owner, which is somehow like an architect role. And now for the last 2.5 years, I work as an IT manager here in Lusado in our location. Continental overall is a big company. We have 190,000 people around the world. Continental started over 150 years ago in Germany. Used to be a German company, but actually these days I would say it's an international company. Overall, we talk usually in English when we collaborate because most of our work is done in international teams. And you see that we are in 527 locations, a lot of opportunities. You've seen the movie. Do you have an idea what we do, by the way, Continental? Any idea? Have you seen any products of Continental? Have you ever bought a product from Continental? Yes? The tires, yes. So you found the best one. Because Ines and me, we are from the tires area. So you see that we have 3 group sectors. One is automotive, which is dealing with a lot of components in the car. So you would be surprised how many components of every car are coming from companies like Bosch or Continental. Then we have the tires, starting with the bicycle tires to motorcycle tires. We have the car tires, up to the really big ones for special vehicles. And we have ContiTech, also some products you will find in cars, for example, hoses in the car, or for example, surfaces on the dashboard, for example. In Portugal, we are currently employing over 3,500 people, mainly in the tire sector. So Conti Marbo in Lusado, in Vila Nova de Famalicão is the biggest. But we have other locations as well. Also in Lusado, we have the sales organization. We have ITA, where we produce the fabrics or the reinforcements of our tires. We have the Continental Solution Center, and we will come to that later because both Ines and me, we are from the Continental Solution Center. We have the SES in Porto, Continental Engineering Services. We have Conti Lemmers and Advanced Antenna. Our organization now is a bit smaller. We just have 71 colleagues right now, or 74 colleagues right now. It's because we were just founded 2 years ago. Or last year, more or less. We are very young also age-wise. You see our average age is 32, and if you take me out, we are probably at 28. Yeah. So I'm the oldest guy in this whole organization. In my responsibility, I'm responsible for the IT hub in Lusado, and where we are currently 55 people working in different IT topics. And these are the different teams where we are. We have an SAP BI team for business intelligence and business warehousing. We have digital solutions, and Ines is coming from that team, so she will talk a bit more about that. We have data science team. We have supply chain management, connected tires, also working with data and data science topics. And we have the solution development center, which deals with manufacturing side of the IT. I took the task to ask the teams what kind of technologies they are using, and I was quite impressed, and I thought, sorry, thank you so much. So I was quite impressed about all the technologies, languages, and so on they are using. And I thought that's worth sharing with you, because I think you are coming now in the university, you are dealing with a lot of these technologies, and you can see that they are actually used also in our reality every day. And now we go to the digital solutions, and Ines can take over.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Ok, Okay, so as Lars said, I work at Digital Solutions as a backend developer, and I will talk you about automation on wheels and how software helps me monitoring my fleets. So I will briefly talk about our digital tire monitoring tool that we develop in Continental. I will pass through the challenges, the benefits, and I will show you our solutions, and then I will talk about our team and how we work on our day-to-day, our technologies, and so on. So first, we know that tires are really important for our fleet, although it only accounts for 5% of a fleet's operating costs. It can influence 53% of the components. For example, fuel, the management, the maintenance, and also the breakdowns and unplanned downtime. If you have really good tires and intact tires, it will reduce overall driving costs and also will reduce the environmental footprint and give you peace of mind and a sense of safety. So what are the benefits of the tool that we develop? Basically, we have real tire monitoring. With just a click, we can go to the portal and see if we have any issue with any of our tires. We can improve the tire runout and minimize irregular wear. For example, if we have an uninflated tire, it will last less time than a properly inflated tire. Also for the irregular wear, if we have a tire which is underinflated, it will show irregular wears. We can save a lot of fuel too if we have a properly inflated tire, and also save labor and maintenance costs. For example, with just a click, you can see if you have a low pressure in a tire, and you don't need to go to the tire and try to figure if everything is okay with the tire. Also, it can reduce the roadside breakdowns. Together with the data science team, we are developing algorithms that allow us to detect slow leaks. For example, if during a huge time the tire loses some air, it is possible to understand using this algorithm, and this is a really difficult thing to understand by ourselves, by human people. So it overall improves the safety of our fleets, also the drivers and everyone who is driving their cars on the road. So what do we offer here? So basically, ContiConnect offers tire monitoring and tire management. We have automated monitoring for the tire pressure and temperature. We also have monitoring of the tread depth, and also we can manage the tire status and the tire and vehicle assets in our portal. So we provide our customers with notification for all relevant tires, sending SMS, email, push notification in our apps. And also we have a standardized API where our customers can receive all the relevant data that we have in ContiConnect directly in their own lead system. We also offer a lot of prediction related to tires, the predictive tire pressure, the estimated tread depth and pull point prediction, the tire data and inventory history. So this basically we proactively plan services thanks to these predictions, and we provide full transparency on the tire health. So for example, it is really important to have the tire data and the event history, because for a fleet manager that goes to the portal, if he sees that in the past 2 months there was some issue with the tire, it will trigger an alert, and he will need to look into what's happening with that tire. So now I'm going to talk about the tool itself and how we believe that is the future of tire management. I'm going to give you a little introduction video to intro to Conti Connect Connect tires.
We are developing solutions which make the daily work of fleet managers even more successful. And so, the intelligent tire is no longer a utopian dream. We have an electronic monitoring system that uses sensors to measure the pressure and temperature of each tire, transmitting the results using wireless technology.
As we could see, we have a tiny sensor inside all of our tires, and we offer two solutions in Conti Connect. The first one is the live solution, and the second one is the yard solution. The first one, we provide real-time data since the moment that the person turns on the vehicle. So we have hardware attached to the vehicles, and then when the person connects the vehicle, it will automatically send data to an IoT platform, and then it will forward to the portal or to the app where the workshop manager and the fleet manager can check the data. In the Conti Connect yard, it's a little different. We don't have any hardware attached to the vehicle. We just have the sensors. And then we have different checkpoints throughout the areas where the trucks and the vehicles pass through the yard reader, and the data is fetched from the sensors. And then it goes also to the IoT platform and can be and the data is shown on our portal. So basically, this tool is for monitoring the tire condition and also to do some analytics and optimization that help workshop manager and fleet managers to check their vehicles, and also helps the tire man to be more efficient and to check in real time the pressure and the issues that a tire can have. So as we saw in the video, it all starts with this tiny sensor, which is mounted in each tire. It's mounted in the inner line to avoid air leaks and valve damage. So it's this little thing that we put in the tire. So there are many data that is fetched from this sensor. For example, the pressure and the temperature of the tire, the mileage estimation, the battery estimation. We also have Bluetooth connectivity so that our sensors can interact with our app, our mobile app. We can also check the tread depth, and in future we will have load estimation also. So this is the first solution that I mentioned, which is the live solution. As I said, we have the sensors in each tire that then fetches the data and sends it to the enable unit, and it forwards the data to the in-cabin unit that forwards again the data to the IoT platform, and the data is shown in the portal. So this is the yard solution. Basically, it's this component that we need to pass with our vehicles, and the data is sent to the IoT platform, and it's shown again in the web portal. So these are the interfaces that we have. We have a web portal and we have a on-site app. Basically, we can see all the data in both of them. We can see the vehicles. We can see the vehicle details. We can manage our fleets. We can see the alerts that are being triggered in every single vehicle, and so on. We also provide external partners with APIs. We develop our own APIs. The first one is the inbound API, which basically allows externals to send relevant data to ContiConnect. So we have telematic partners that have their own solution developed, and they can read our sensors and they send the data to our microservices, and then they can use our portal to check the data that they are collecting from their vehicles. The outbound API allows externals to get ContiConnect data into their system. So in this case, it's a little different. For example, they can have their own solutions, their own mobile apps or web apps, and they can see, they can fetch the data from us, and they can see in their systems the data. So these are the technologies that we use in our day-to-day. For the mobile app, we use Flutter. For the front end, we use Angular. We use Kafka, Java, Spring Boot, Hibernate, Postgres to the backend. Regarding the streaming, we use Spark Streaming, Apache Spark, Cloudera, Java, Azure, Kafka, and so on. Regarding the IoT part, we use MQTT to fetch data from the sources. So we have a lot of roles in this team. We have a big team and a cross-functional team. We have people who are working in IoT. We have people who are working data engineers and data analysts that work on our data. We have backend developers that work on developing our microservices and also our APIs for externals. And also we have front-end developers and mobile developers for our user interfaces, and also UI and UX designer who does the beautiful part of our job. So basically, we work on an agile methodology. We are divided in small teams. Each team has its own product owner and product manager. We have a scrum master for each team, and also we have a group of developers and at least one tester for each team. So basically, the product manager does the part of having work, and the developers do the job. So regarding our development process, we work with product increments. Each year we have 4 product increments, and the Scrum and the product manager works on the product and the feature roadmap. So basically, it studies the markets, he checks what features should we have in our system, and then he gathers all of those features, and we joined everyone, backend developers and the product managers, to plan the product increment. So the planning is done in 1 week. We join everyone for a week, and we plan the work that the developers need to do for the following 2 or 3 months. So after this meeting, we have everyone. We have all of our tasks set and in a product backlog, and then we can start our sprints. So basically, in every PI, we have 4 sprints, and each sprint has 2 weeks of development. We start we start having the sprint planning. Then we have daily Scrum meetings every day, 15 minutes meetings. Sometimes we have refinement if some story it's not well written or if we have some issue. And then at the end of a sprint, we have the sprint review and the retrospective where we demo what we developed, and then we talk about what went good and what went wrong and what should we improve for the next sprint. As I said, we have 4 sprints, which is more or less 3 months. And in each sprint, we develop, we integrate, and we test it. So first, we design the solution, then we implement it, and also do some unit tests. It's the developer responsibility to make sure that the code is really well written, and we do unit tests. Then the testers start testing. We also have we have a team who is concerned about the quality of our product, and then if all of these steps are good, we deploy it into prod. So basically this is it. If you have any questions, you can address it now, and me and Lars can answer to them. Thank you.
Hello. So my question basically is, whenever you have the self-contained version of the product that tracks the tires, how do you deal with whenever the vehicle is crossing a dead zone where you don't have any cell reception? How do you do that? Is the tracking simply disabled, or do you make some sort of prediction based on previous trips?
Mm-hmm. It's for you.
Yeah, so basically we receive the data from, well, if you don't have any network, it's really hard to have the data. In the case of a yard solution, if it's disconnected, you won't have any data. In case there's a live in case it's the yard solution in live solution, sorry, it is also fetching data. So, but if you don't have any network, it won't work, obviously.
Hello. How does Continental envision the future of automation on wheels? And what kind of developments can we expect in the coming years?
For example, regarding the trade depth, as I said, we are working on developing an algorithm together with the data science team, so that we can predict when your tires will need to be substituted. This is really good overall, because it will give you a prediction on that.
Any more questions?
Hello. My question is regarding the sensor technology. Since cars already have sensors that monitor the pressure of the tires, couldn't those be used to monitor the kind of things that you want to monitor, or would that be just a nightmare because of proprietary hardware?
Yes, sure. So, for example, we have our own sensors, but we also provide externals to send their own readings on a sensor. For example, if you have any kind of sensor and you are reading the data from that sensor, you can send to our platform, and we will show the data there. So what we offer, it's basically the solution as a whole. The data that we have, and also the sensors, but if you have your own sensors, you can also have our service.
Okay. Thank you.
So here, my question is basically, how will it's a continuation of the question previously made here, like what the future developments, will the info fetched from the hardware, will it have some kind of relation between other vehicles? If you've watched some, like in last year, I made a project where I used. But the project was about ad hocs and the communication between vehicles. Do you see some kind of future with this hardware to make vehicles communicate with each other regarding the state of the condition of the road, probably?
I don't see it so much. What we envision is to use, for example, for our huge tires, which are used in mines, where we analyze the data, see which routes are taken, and then give advice to the drivers how to use the roads in the mine most economically. Mainly, for example, to reduce fuel consumption, also to reduce wear and tear of the tire. So in the end, it's not a direct communication between the tires, but in the end, by analyzing huge amounts of data which we record, we can then predict or give recommendations about how to optimize everyday's use of the tires.
But then the information is dynamically. Like if you have traffic on the road, sending information to one server when they calculate the route, it dynamically calculates the route, or it's like
okay. So you're thinking about like Google Maps showing like live data about the road congestion. Currently, that's not foreseen, as far as I understand. Good point. Huh?
This is more of a generic question about Continental in general, since I'm in the 4th year. So I'd just like to know if you're usually going to do partnerships with Umingo for the thesis, and if so, what kind of projects would you propose?
Generally, yes, we do that. Yeah, and we have, as I showed already, we have the different teams. So each team, of course, has projects and potential topics for thesis. Yeah, so if you're interested, please get in contact with us. So we will provide the contact information, and then we can look into your interests and into your background, and then find a good match.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.